All right. This is Angie Aki again with Moxie and Money. I'm the founder of Moxie and Money, which is a space for female entrepreneurs to come together to learn, grow, and thrive together. So we have an amazing community filled with awesome women. And one of those women is with me today. Colleen Pacheco with Secured Insurance Group is here, and we're going to talk a little bit about Colleen's journey as a female entrepreneur and what makes her unique and different. And Colleen's been able to join us at events really since the beginning. And we are so grateful for Colleen and her partnership. She is one of our sponsors and has been the sponsor for many, many events. So a huge shout out and a thank you to you, Colleen, for helping to make the Moxie and Money events happen. Because without sponsors like you, they just won't be the same. So thank you for that. Tell us a little bit about what got you into entrepreneurship.
Well, I got into entrepreneurship basically with my parents. So my parents ran their own insurance agency for 28 years or more. And I actually worked with them from about like 17 age up. And then in 2018, they sold their business. And I went to work to the company that they sold it to. And it was a semi-big corporation. And I didn't really like the corporate because I had been in a small entrepreneurial role for like my whole adult life. And so going into corporate, I didn't like the competition as much as I like kind of, being able to be a little bit more creative and kind of problem solve on my own with other people working around me. And I felt that I didn't really have that. I didn't have an ability to be very creative and think outside of the box. And there was other, maybe roles that I wanted to do that I didn't feel that I was being supported, and I couldn't help other people who wanted that same to kind of go and grow. And I didn't feel there was much growth potential for me. And also like the time balance, I was still working as hard as I work now, but I didn't really have that balance because it was corporate. So it's like, you have to get this done. Now I kind of have a little bit of balance. I'm working because I'm working for me and because I want to. So that's the reason that I did that. And I went out on my own, just because I felt like I could professionally grow and help others my way. And then if other people wanted to follow my lead, they would join me.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
it's so true. So with anything in corporate and when you're working for someone else, there is typically, not always, because some people are 100% commission and some people, the sky is the limit. I came from a sales background, so that is the case in some. So take that with a grain of salt. But most positions within corporate, there is ceiling and there is a glass ceiling. And I know I was hitting my head above, into that glass ceiling before I stepped away from corporate. And now, to your point, the sky's the limit. And it's funny because not too long ago, my husband was like, you work a lot harder now that you're not in corporate, right? Now that you're working for yourself. And it is true.
Right.
I feel like I do, but to your point, you're working because you want to. And there can be a balance. And I know your son is now older, right? Not when you start business and not years ago. So there is a balance. And some days, we can work really hard. And some days we can say, hey, listen, I got to be home with my son. And this is what. So there's definitely a balance there. Yeah. So, and when did you start?
There's a balance because my son's 23.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I started this business mine in 2020.
Okay.
So in 2020, my son was 20 and I started on my own, company. And so he'd be like, oh, you work all the time. But I'm like, you said that before, working with corporate. He was like, you have to quit that job, mom. You're going to die at that desk. And, those people don't care about you. And so now him and my husband complain, but I'm like, it's different because this is like my own business. There's nobody else to blame but me. And so if I want it to grow, I got to get it the way I want. I got to get things in order. Also, right now, the insurance market is really like unstable. So you're working a lot harder to get the same things done because things have to be rewritten, re-underwritten, and there's a lot more that goes into it that 5 years ago was as bad as it is now. So it'll get better, but it's just starting your business, growing your business, and then being able to get it level. And then you can kind of create more time. But, my son is older, like you said, he's 23, going on 24.
Mhm. Yeah. And it is important.
Obviously, when he was younger, it was, mhm,
Oh, sorry. I think we have a little bit of spotty connection. We have some rain. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
we
I did
do.
not mean to interrupt you.
Yes, so I can put that extra time in now. Of course, when he was younger, it was all about him. I was working in between doing his activities, running him here, there, everywhere, helping him, but he's independent. And so I have to find my own time to do things, for me.
Well, and then as you scale too, right? It's like you were talking about getting your business up and running and getting it to where you want to be. So much of that is leveraging relationships. And I know you've done a really great job in networking and relationship building and the way you market your business. So do you want to talk a little bit about that and how you do your marketing and some things you do that may be a little different or maybe a little unique or just what got you to the level of success you're at today?
Yeah, so my marketing, I've hired somebody that helps me, with my marketing videos and my marketing ads, flyers and stuff, because I'm not very creative when it comes to that. And I'm not very good with IT type stuff. So I've kind of stepped out of my comfort zone doing those, because I don't really like speaking in front of people. But the more I did it, the more comfortable I got. So for me, I can just pretty much sit down, come up with any little skit that I'm going to do, and it's like right in my head.
Mhm.
And they're all like ideas that I come up with, and they're all ideas that are real life experiences that somebody's told me. So I feel like people can relate to those experiences, and then it helps my marketing, my brand, because people are like, oh, I saw your videos. Those are funny. So it's trying to make people realize that I'm a real person because insurance is insurance.
Yeah.
It's super, some people think it's boring. To me, it's not, because I hear crazy stuff all day, but it's boring. It's not something fun. It's not something that people like to pay and do, especially because it's so expensive and hard to find right now. So I just try to bring a little bit of creativity and a little fun into it. And then hopefully people like that. And then maybe they'll, recognize me and want to talk to me about their insurance needs. And like I always tell people, even if you don't get a policy from me, I'm more than happy to help you answer questions and go through a scenario, because it's not always about the now. It could be about the later,
Right.
about
Yeah.
helping somebody later on.
And it is, I've seen your little
Yes.
videos and your reels on Instagram, and they are so great. And I know they're based on, true situations that you've run into. And we'll make sure we
Right.
share this in the caption below, but what is your Instagram handle so people can check out some of those fun reels?
Oh, my Instagram is Colleen Insurance Lady 22.
Awesome. Yeah, they are super fun, and I love that you're bringing fun and a little bit of yourself to an industry that historically is not the most exciting. And the reality,
Right.
people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So when you put yourself out there, and congrats to you for getting outside of your comfort zone and doing videos and doing and putting yourself out there, because I always say that's where your dreams lie, outside of your comfort zone. So just putting yourself out there and getting used to, and now it's not a big deal.
Right.
And,
Taking myself
it's,
to the next level. Hmm.
yeah, absolutely. It's to
Hmm.
another level, and then it's fun, and people do get to know you, and people do recognize you, and it may be uncomfortable in the beginning, but then it's just second nature. And I've experienced a little bit of that as well. I've started to do a few more reels and hadn't done them before, but my goal is to reach as many female entrepreneurs as possible to provide Moxie and Money resources to them. And so I've done a lot of reels, and I had a lot of fun doing it. When I
They're
batched my
fun.
content. Yeah, I batched my content in January so that I don't do it every day. And I had a lot of fun with it. And now I'm finding that I'm going out and one of the things, right, is what we're doing now is shining the light on other businesses in our local area virtually. But I went to dinner the other night and I was taking pictures of my food and video as we walk up because it's such a great restaurant. And then I found out that it was run by two female chefs. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is
Oh,
like must. I have to get this out there. And so now it's fun and it's a fun little project. But, you know, when you think about marketing, you've got to put yourself out there and you have to let people connect with you. It can't just all be about your business. So, yeah.
correct. It can't be all about your job, your business. It's not always about like making money. We're going to make money regardless if we're doing our job and we're doing it as best as we can. As you know, that's just going to come. But that's why I kind of put on my other venture that I just started this year. Well, at the end of last year, it's my podcast. And because it's just talking like in general, like which gets to be like monotonous.
Okay, so we apologize. Colleen's reception kind of dropped off. We have storms. We have Florida storms. And if you're not in Florida, you probably don't recognize what that would be. It's kind of like a
Yeah,
tornado, a
something out there.
hurricane, a flood all at once. It's insanity. So that's typically what we experience some afternoons. And on Colleen's side of town, that's what's happening. So we're gonna pick up where we left off and then we'll wrap it up. But Colleen, you were sharing a little bit about your new venture, Chats with Colleen. So tell us a little bit about what that is and what
Yes.
started it.
Yes. So we were talking about the, um, making the reels, the videos, my podcast, how it's helping me speak to other people in all types of genres, all types of careers, is to help promote those people and just get general conversations going on about their hobbies, their life challenges, their stories, their careers, whatever they're here for, is to help promote them and obviously help me meet more people. So if I can get my reach out there, I can meet more people and help spread my mission and my word. And hopefully it helps them, more importantly.
Absolutely. And that's very similar to what we do at Moxie and Money. I love that. And when you start, it's amazing because when you start shining the light on other people and you start spotlighting other people and you have an abundance mentality, you attract much prosperity and just amazing relationships and people. And so this is such a fun part of what I do is being able to have these conversations and share these conversations with people. So I love that you're doing it as well. I haven't started a podcast. Everything goes on YouTube and I direct there. So I haven't started a podcast. So I'll ask about that probably next time we chat and get the lowdown. But I just wanted to thank you again for your time, for sharing, about Secured Insurance Group, for sharing about Chats with Colleen, and all for your support and your partnership with Moxie and Money. It means so much, and I am so grateful for you. I know we've worked together personally, professionally. We've known each other for years, and I'm very blessed to have you in my life and really do appreciate your support. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for letting me help. I'm so happy to help you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.